internet. That's MB.
And that's MB.
We are the Loot Troop.
Ooh.
And today we have two little videos we're going to do.
So.
The first one is the unboxing of the next Avengers Age of Ultron figure.
He's still here.
He's magnificent.
He's still here.
He's magnificent, Matrix. He's magnificent. Yep, the next in the Avengers Age of Ultron movie masterpiece collection from Hot Toys.
I'm excited about this guy, I swear.
Hawkeye.
The pictures I've seen of this guy makes me do this.
I'm not seeing any pictures, so it's going to be all new on me. And we're going to have a little video which will be a little play about of the Sphero BB-8 droid from Star Wars The Force Awakens.
That makes me do this.
Which,
look at him.
is that little thing there? It's quite small, smaller than what I thought it would be, but the proof will be in the playing about with it.
But it's cool anyway, isn't it?
I'll put that,
Look
yeah,
how
it looks
cool
class. It looks absolutely
We're going to run
fantastic.
it round our little room that is still under construction,
Yeah.
but we hope to have a bit of space to let him off the leash a bit.
Yeah. So I'll start with, shall we bring this little thing in? It's a little, it's not really. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye in Age of Ultron, what did you think?
Better than what he was in the first film.
Yeah, agree.
Even the controversial stuff about his family that not many people liked,
Yeah.
I quite liked.
Yeah. You're against the grain, man.
Yeah, I do.
But I am excited for this because the collection over MB's shoulder, even though it's only 3 stacked now, is starting to look like a kind of a group, and this will come in and just make it even better. And we will do a recap video on these. I was going to do one, but I would rather do one with the main man here, and we go through it from there. But should we get him opened?
Yep, whack the sleeve off.
Box as per, with all the Age of Ultron barring Iron Man. It's like the slide sleeve off with the whatnots on there. Blah de blah, 1 inch open hazard, Hawkeye, all silver embossed on the front there. You can see it sort of shining in the light with the picture of Hawkeye from the movie, not the figure, I don't think. If it is, it's a good head sculpt on the front.
And that's fair. You got your stuff in your box there, and on your back you've got your Hongs, your Wongs, your Kongs, your Chongs, and Sherman Lee.
Yeah, we hope he's on there. He is.
Sherman Lee's
Yeah.
there, product designer. So we'll cut away, get it out of the box, get all the plastic off, and then we'll be back in 2.
Quick one over there.
Yeah, we're back. Just show you him just out with the plastic protective cover on.
Really well packaged, and what I will say, to the left hand side where the bow and whatnot is, you can just see that the accessories for this are kind of double stacked, but that'll be due to the arrows and whatnot that you get with it. Can't make much out on the head figure, the head sculpt, a couple of sets of hands, bits and bobs there, but always well packaged when it comes from Hot Toys. And we're going to rip him out of this plastic and get everything laid out before we set him in a pose and give our thoughts on it. But yeah, you can't really see too much, can you?
No.
So we'll be back once we've took the lid off this in 2 minutes.
Welcome back. This is fully loaded.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
It's got arrows upon arrows upon arrows, arrowheads, bows, hands.
Bionic legs. You thought he had bionic legs, but it wasn't. He's got the ammo clips from the movies that magnetically attach to the side of the boots,
Yeah.
which is a really nice touch. He's got cool glasses.
Yeah, it's a cool figure. Really is a nice, cool figure.
But we'll blast over. I'll control the camera across what you get with it, and then MB will talk through the bits and bobs before we pause it and give you our thoughts on the actual finished figure.
I think the posing's going to take an hour. Right, there's your standard, usual, different hands. Obviously they'll be for holding the bow, drawing the bow back. There's that one there.
Yeah,
if
it
you're
looks
drawing
like
the
it.
ball back. And his big pointer finger there.
Yeah, that's his Friday night finger, that.
There's your second ball, which you can just do this, fold out just for show. Don't worry, there's the other one, you can see it's a canny size. Arrowheads, as you can see, there's a load in there. Enough that if you lose one you can replace it. Some other arrowheads, grappling arrow,
Which are damn impressive detail-wise,
possibly
because
explosive arrows.
yeah, they seem to be the ones that he uses in the films,
Yeah,
and the detail on them for something so small is unbelievable.
yeah, definitely.
And then you've
Then
got
you've got
this
your arrows.
haul.
Some extra mega long arrows which are attached to what looks like an ammo hold or something there.
Yeah, I think that's like that one where he shoots off something that's shoot like 6 at a time or something in it.
Yeah, possibly. You've got some short arrows, and then moving further up, you've got some long arrows, and you've got his complete bow there, which doesn't fold away,
Yeah,
which is
so
fair enough. You've got one out there for display, so you can pause him,
figure
shoot an arrow
itself
off.
clips on the feet there,
Yeah,
as you can see. That just
they come off and just
there's just a magnetic plate on the
Magnetised.
actual figure, so they're just sitting above the boot, which is a really nice touch.
yeah.
The actual uniform he's in is nailed on. I'm going to unzip that coat and see what's under, because obviously he doesn't wear the coat all the way through the film, does he? He has some sort
No.
of vest on, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Coming
What you
off.
did mention with this is that around the sides here, it's all proper.
Yeah.
Seems like proper leather.
Yeah, there's like a little
Hand straps and
the
everything
detail.
like that. It's
It's
really nice.
unbelievable. And coming up
Really,
to
really nice.
the head sculpt, you've got the camera light on his sunglasses. He looks like a Terminator. But yeah,
I think the head sculpt's really good.
I think it's better when you see it really.
Yeah.
In real life, it looks a lot better than what you see.
Yeah, I think it's really
I
good.
think they've got him Jeremy Renner, isn't it? Bang on.
Yeah.
But we've got the glasses on. We'll take them off when we get the figure set up. And round the back, we've put the quiver on there, which should hold the arrows, but it's the workmanship of the actual outfit. Where Black Widow's had not much about it, this one is unbelievable. But we'll have a look what's underneath there when we get him set up. So we're going to cut off, we'll get him in some sort of pose, and we'll give our final thoughts on what we think of him. But so far quite impressed.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice figure.
So we'll be back in 2.
Back. We've had some fun.
Yeah.
To this one.
Every little arrow tip is not on the arrow.
Yeah, getting them in the quiver wasn't too bad, because the quiver opens up again.
Yeah, magnets.
Hot Toys like magnets,
Hot Toys love magnets.
so that was fairly simple. Where they didn't put magnets, which they should have, was in the arrow, which he's got in his hand there.
Yeah, if it just stuck to that bow, unless there's a way,
Yeah,
you know, we haven't sort of looked it up. But it's kind of just resting, but it's a beautiful pose for him, innit?
yeah, it's fantastic.
Such a good pose.
Yeah, it is really nice.
But the figure on a whole, we'll give you a quick blast around it. We took the glasses off for this bit because obviously you've seen it first hand with the glasses on. But
Yeah.
the more you look at it, the head sculpt on it is like A1. It's spot on. I don't know what the first head sculpt was like, but they've really nailed it. If they have changed it or if they've tweaked it, they've really got it bang on based on what he looks like in that fillet. So I'll show you around the figure once this arrow falls off, once I move it. And then
Yeah,
Big just
okay,
started
oh,
to-
there he goes.
There we go.
And that's the only slight little problem with it.
Yeah. So starting at the bottom, obviously
Yeah.
you've got the bog standard Age of Ultron Hawkeye nameplate. That comes as standard with all this series figures, and the A on the top there that you can see.
Yeah, you've got your boots there with added magnets.
Yeah, that just comes off and goes back on. They're
cool,
like the
cool
ammo,
that they do stuff like
little
that.
ammo caps for the arrows he carries.
Yeah, got all the detail there in his trousers and everything. Little knee pads there,
Yeah,
which are hard knee pads. You got his jacket and everything there, which, as we've said earlier, it looks fantastic.
yeah, it's nailed on to what he does wear at the start of that film when they're going for Von Strucker's castle, is it?
Yeah,
Coming up, we've put the hand on there that's drawn back the bow to see whether that came off, and it came off. What I will say, and I said it to MB, it's so easy to pose this figure. You've not got to wrestle with anything. It's got multiple clicks on all the arm joints. The legs will swivel. You can't move the ankles like pointing down or up because obviously the boots are so sturdy. But everything else is the head, arms, wrists, all sort of move really good. Got the bow set up, no problem really, didn't we?
no, it was easy.
So you can see there him drawing the bow, and the bow we're going to stick with for the displays, the open bow like that. It's like an elasticated string on the bow as well, so it makes that quite easy to get on the fingers. Come round to the back, you can see the magnetic quiver and the coat from the back there.
Yeah.
And also the way that the outstretched arm holds the bow, which I think it does look kind of realistic, the way that it actually sits.
Yeah, it
without
does.
too much work. We spent more time setting up the arrows.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And there from the front.
Detail on the bow is really nice. Head sculpt is nailed on.
Yep.
Plenty of spares with this as well, spare arrows and everything in case you would
Just the one head sculpt.
accidentally lose any. Yeah, you only need the one really, don't you?
Yeah. But overall I'm well pleased with that.
Yeah, it's a very nice figure.
I'm going to drop you back on the perch. I'm going to quickly drop this hand off and do what I said I was going to do anyway, and that is have a look at what's under this jacket. I'll zip it down slightly because I can see another zip. And yeah, he's got the vest under there as well from the film, the red vest,
Cool.
which is sleeveless. So that's a nice touch.
Nice.
So you could take that coat off there if need be. But that's a really nice touch. I just noticed the top of the zip there. So that figure, I think, I mean, God, you could even have him just carrying that, couldn't you? It looks
Yeah,
sweet.
definitely. It looks good either way.
Yeah. It's a really good figure, really nice figure, innit?
Yeah, it is.
So we'll quickly score it. We'll cut it off, and we're going to have a look at the droid from Star Wars. Run it around and see what.
Yeah, we'll have a
What
run about
goes
the
on.
BB-8 see what happens.
Yeah. But what's your thoughts on the figure then? Based, I think, on that we've probably opened one of the best
The
ones
pinnacle.
we could get.
The Pinnacle, I'm not going to compare it to the Pinnacle because he's a one-off from the collection. Comparing it with the collection, I think it's better than Black Widow. But then I was really down. I was probably a bit too harsh on Black Widow, but I still think that would be better. I'd probably, out of 10, put him up there with an 8. I think it's a really good figure. Plenty of accessories with him. I don't know why, but I always like accessories. Figures that come with accessories seem like you get that little bit more added with it. And all the daft little touches of little magnets on his boots and everything, it's great. And I think once you get him there posed with his arrow and his bow and everything up, it's going to look class.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but the thing is, as he stood, you've took it down to open up his coat,
yeah,
and his arms down with the wrong hand on, he just looks...
yeah, he looks fantastic.
He looks mint.
And I think he's one of them. You could, like you said, he's easily posable, and you could put him in that many different poses with that many different accessories.
And it's
I mean, you could even go so far as having him with his arm out and try and get his arm back so it looks like he's drawing an arrow out. And daft things like that. It's endless what you could do with him and where you could pose him.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing as well. I think the more posable the figures are, sometimes they are a bit better because you're not fighting to pose them and scared of breaking little things off.
No, I agree.
But I think
he's
a really, really good figure, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
It was always one earmarked because I know the first one was so hard to get hold of. So he's kind of like Nick Fury. He's one that I just needed to have for the collection, and I've not been let down. I had a little bit of concern when I seen the first release on the head sculpt, but to be honest with you, he's one of those guys that you don't pay much attention to, but I can safely say they've nailed it with the head sculpt. And I'm more happy that the way we've sort of had a rejig with him, I could literally stick him in as he is now and he would play a part in the way that they're set up, because he's so easy to set. You don't even have to do anything and he just looks so good. And the way I'm quite liking the way he stood now. If I change the hand out, you know, like you say, it'd be good to get him as if he's drawing a bow out.
Yeah.
And there's that many options with it. Looking at you don't get that many hands, but the poses that they're in, it just looks so good. So I'm going to score exactly the same. I'm going to give him an 8, and I'm going to give him an 8, which is a high level mark, but just simply because when I reposed Iron Man, I realised how good he was. It's just sad, because you kind of forget because he stood there, but when you actually get hold of him and think, wow, he's got a new head on now. So we're gonna revisit these over the next couple of weeks, because I know people haven't seen everything.
Yeah.
And
because we've got some chocked months coming up.
Yeah.
Full of fantastic figure goodness.
Yeah. You need to stick around, because December and January are pretty hefty.
Yeah.
And then it leads off to MB getting his first figure, which everybody really wants to have a look at.
Yeah, that's going to be Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, what a starter figure though.
I had to.
What a starter figure.
I had to. I said in one of the other earlier videos that it was either going to be Star Wars or Batman vs Superman, and I was constantly going about the internet and seeing this Boba Fett figure popping up everywhere. So
it's an absolutely superb figure.
I had to.
They've just released the final pictures of the quarter scale Boba Fett figure through Hot Toys, and it actually just looks like him.
Yeah, it's scary.
And bear in mind, it'd be probably 2 foot tall. Which
I suppose in some respects it's quite an easy thing to do, a figure with a mask on. I mean, you can't go wrong with like Iron Man's mask or Ultron or anything like that. I think it's a head sculpt sometimes that where most of the detail of the figure goes, but
it is easy to make it look weathered, like he
make
does,
it look weathered, and
to make him look battle worn, like they have.
And it does look quite good.
His uniform is absolutely nailed on.
Yeah.
And he's just a Star Wars figure that if you're a Star Wars fan, you've got to have him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think I'm the same with like Vader. I would like a Vader if I was going to go down the Star Wars route. I like Vader, but you sort of like, well, it's really expensive with Vader because you can get like a bubble bath that looks like Vader, can't you? Because there's really no.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's you can get him in so many different forms, and because he is sort of black and metallic type plastic looking figure, it's always going to look the same.
Yeah.
Obviously there'll be slightly more detail in Hot Toys. Maybe he's one, I've not even seen the one that's on Hot Toys, because Darth Vader, being a Star Wars fan, doesn't really interest me as a baddie that much. I preferred the Emperor. I thought he was much.
Yeah, you said you would grab
fantastic.
That,
if he maybe comes with some battle damaged head from Return of the Jedi and different thing to swap out, I think that would be a nice touch. Whether it does come with that or not, I'm not sure, so I can't really say.
So we'll be monitoring closely now the Star Wars releases, because obviously he's going to sort of maybe sway towards getting a collection.
I mean, there's lots of Star Wars stuff out there already, like Han, Chewie, everything, but I've been a bit late on the game with them because I was on an iron, and if I'm honest, the pictures of the Han Solo figure I didn't really like anyway, because I don't think the head sculpt looked that good, but it's a picture, it could be absolutely nailed on. Chewie looked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you've got
Chewie's Chewie.
A couple of different.
Like getting R2D2, isn't it? Yeah.
You've got a couple of different versions of Luke Skywalker, but each one he's sort of in like white garb, and I'm a bit worried that they'll start to look old before the time, because they're going to get pitted with dust and things like that. Unless you get yourself, your glass cabinet to protect them, and then you're probably all right. But still, the sunlight's possibly going to affect the stuff that he's wearing and bleach it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one where white figures Stormtroopers, Luke Skywalker in white garb, I'm shying away from, but I'm waiting for Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi anyway, because that's my favourite look of the character in that black garb. I think he looks great in that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll bring one out then.
It's got me with R2D2 because I think they've done the right thing with Chewbacca by packaging him with Han Solo, like they did with Rocket and Groot.
Yeah.
If they sold, and you can get Rocket separately, but if they did, I don't think the sales would go so far, because you look at, even though Rocket's a really, really good figure, you kind of think, well, I don't really want to pay what I would hope to find in Toys R Us for like 15 quid.
You wouldn't want to be shelling out, what, $200 for it?
Yeah.
Whatever. I want to I think it is round about that on the Hot Toy site, isn't it?
Just
you can get it separate.
Oh, I don't know.
I've seen it separate. I'm unsure of how much it is now.
But that's why I was worried. Why would they should have done C3PO and R2D2 as a double pack? But
yeah, but then from the Hot Toys, are they? They're side. I think they're just sideshow ones. Especially the C3PO, the one that was announced the other day and shown off. I think that's just a sideshow figure. Right. It's not Hot Toys. So whether the R2D2 that's already out is, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're going to be reluctant to pay quite a bit for them too separately.
Because you get that many coming out, and there's one that's sideshow and one that's Hot Toys. And vice versa, and you've got to be careful for which one you want. I mean, if you want the movie masterpieces, then you go on Hot Toys all the way. Yeah.
So keep it focused on the channel. There's going to be some stuff coming up. We're hoping that something else will pop up in between now and December. Yeah, we've got the Loot Crate shipping out shortly. Yeah. I'm and ahhing about more Loot Crates. I'm going to see what this one's like. I'm going to see what the next theme is before committing to another one. Should arrive within the next few days. Theme for this month's Summon. Not really something that... Summon, but you're off on that, didn't it? You said... It's just a theme, Supernatural. I mean, I'm not into Supernatural, I've never watched it. Hearthstone, which has been linked with, yeah, fair enough. Blizzard product, bound to be something good with that. Maybe something to do with Diablo. They're showing off Simpsons things, Pokemon things, and it's not something I'm into, but then, as we've seen with other crates, you know, you're not always going to be happy with everything that you get, but there might be the odd one or two things. You get a decent surprise, because the ones that we did want, like that Villains one, was a complete letdown, because we're thinking it's got to be good. But then the Heroes one, the Comic-Con exclusive, were both fantastic. There is a possibility that we'll also be getting the Marvel one, the Marvel Corps box to look at, but that's up in the air. But just stick tuned, because there's going to be a lot going on, especially around the silly season, where I know Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, which looks a really good figure, nothing to it but looks a good figure, Thanos, which I'm totally looking forward to. Yeah, it'll be a nice figure to get a look at. They should all be dropping, so I keep it peeled, keep an eye on the YouTube channel, give us your thoughts. We're going to cut this off. Good score from Hawkeye, getting 16 collectively. And we're going to have a quick run around with the droid. Play about with the speed roll. I'll show you the little app as well, because it's controlled with an app. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, keep it tuned. Instagram, the Loot Troop. Twitter, @LootTroop. And the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Loot Troop. Yeah, that's MB. And that's MB. And that's Hawkeye. That's a very good Hawkeye. And that's John Merricks. Goodbye. It's a legend. See you soon.